Hello everyone, here's how to make your Figma design scroll sideways just as I am doing over here. So let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a frame over here. So I'm going to the right panel and pick iPhone 14 and 15 Pro Max. Alright, so I'm going back to the right panel and add a layout grid. I always do this in order to help with alignment. So I'm going to leave it on count 5 and give it a margin of 16. So the next thing I'm going to do, just going to add some content. So let's say popular courses. So we have popular courses over here. All right, so let's make that look good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some cards. All right, so I'm going to add some cards here. I'll give it a width of 132 and then a height of 125 this way. Okay, so I'm going to add some radius. Let's make it 16. All right, so I'm going back to the right panel to add some color to it. Let's go to fill. All right, okay, so let's try and choose some colors here. Let's scroll down to see. Okay, so the first color I'm going to take here, I'm going to pick mint here. All right, then I'm going to duplicate that and then drag it to the side and then go back to the fill here and then give it a blue color. Okay, then I'm going to duplicate that again and give another color. Let me give it green. Okay, then I'm going to duplicate that again and then give it yellow. All right, so I want to let this card show, so I'm going to unclick clip content. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select all of them and then add an auto layer. So that's Shift A. All right, so as you can see here, I've added an auto layer. Now you realize here that the cards are on the frame. I don't want them to be on the frame, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this on the frame and then go back to the right panel and then click content. All right, so as I click clip content, you realize that the cards have gone into the frame over here. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to the right panel again. I'll go to prototype. All right, then I'll click on the frame that contains the various cards. Then I'll go to overflow and then I'll click on horizontal scrolling since I want them to scroll from the side. All right, so when I click on this, you realize that there's a notification saying here that for scrolling to work on this frame, the content needs to be bigger than the frame. Now let me show you what that means. All right, so I'm going back to click on the frame and then I'll go back to the arrow down here on the right panel and click on preview. All right, okay, so when I try to move this from the side, you realize that it doesn't move. All right, because of this notification over here. Now how do we solve that? To solve that, simply I'm going to click on this frame containing the cards here, then I'll go to the end here. I'm just going to drag this, okay, to get into the frame this way. All right, so I'll go back and then I'll try to apply the same thing. So when I move sideways, you realize that this time around it is moving, right? Because of this problem that we have been able to solve. Okay, so basically this is how to make your Figma design scroll sideways. If you have found this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notification and share the video with others. See you next time. Bye.